What is up, everybody? It's Zachary Reality, and welcome back to Zachary Reality. We have a very exciting special guest today to break down all of this perfect match tea. The finale was last week, and who better than a Netflix alumni herself, Ashley Moore, who you may recognize from Temptation Island. Hey, Ash.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for coming back. For everyone that doesn't know, you were on my channel, my podcast, a few months ago for Temptation Island. Can you remind everybody what happens there and where we're at right now?
Okay, real quick summary. I went on Temptation Island with a boyfriend who cheated on me on the show, and then I left with someone else, and that fizzled out, and now we're here. And I'm still very single, so we can emphasize that.
For sure. And honestly, I would have loved to see you on Perfect Match. Were you even like in the casting of it all? Like, were you open to going on this show?
No, and I don't know how the timeline worked, but I know I left filming last year in May, and then I think they started filming in like August of last year or September. So I don't know. I know obviously there's people from my show on it, but I think because I was a main couple, they wouldn't have pulled me, which I also left with Danny. So
For sure. And would you be open to maybe going on it in the future?
I think so. I think that the concept is there for Perfect Match, but I think some things need to change because all those couples were really set in stone. And I just feel like there's definitely a way to go about it that makes it a little more messy, not messy, but like
More interactive where people can like mingle and have like a chance to stay in the house.
Yes, like I feel the bombshells that came in, it was so quick. Like they didn't even, whether they would have switched up or not with more time, like I think there should have been a little more time, or even like how Love Island does it, where it's turned around so quickly. Like I don't know that side of production or editing or what, but like, can we get this out sooner? Because
Well, I think that's definitely like
all
a
the spoilers.
major thing. It films like a year in advance before it comes out. And I mean, how crazy would it have been if we didn't know AD and Ollie were pregnant and engaged and we found that out at the finale? Like that would have been so much crazier.
I know. And they live in LA, right?
Yes, he moved to
So
LA because she lives
I
there.
feel like that was part of the issue is like people probably saw them and they were gonna all connect the dots anyway. So I think if they hadn't have been living in a very like populated celebrity area, we probably could have like kept it a secret. Not we, but them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you can't expect people to not live their life, especially when there's a baby growing inside of you. Like, you can't really hide that. And I feel like it helped them promote the show because it got the headlines going, but it
Yes.
also made things less surprising, where I'm not even shocked that no one is together besides them.
No, I'm not shocked either. And I think had it have just been AD and Ollie, it could have worked. But because people like Louie like ruined the story, ending for him and Sandy, being out in public, I think it just there was too much known before the finale.
That's true. But one thing that was not known is who Hannah's baby daddy was. So
Yeah.
Hannah, she was originally on The Mole. She kind of got cut out of Perfect Match. Her and QT both went on a date and ended up being cut out. But Hannah was waiting for months to reveal her baby daddy, and she finally was able to on Instagram yesterday. What did you think about that whole saga? Do you think it was fair that she wasn't allowed to share it when AD and Ollie were?
I don't know the like behind the scenes of it all. I have met Hannah and QT. I love both of them. They're so sweet. And
Yeah.
I was just like feeling so bad for Hannah that she couldn't announce it because I knew it wasn't someone in the cast. And it was like, okay, what's the point? Like, why are we keeping this secret? She's barely on the show, which she didn't know right away. I think that was like new news as of recent. But I don't know.
She thought she was going to be on the show more.
Yeah. But
And
like,
she should have been, because they didn't need to send Juliette and Carrington on like a second date. You know, when we already saw that kind of play out, I did think it was so funny how Carrington and, switching gears a little bit, how Carrington and Scott left Juliette, because she deserved that. And we
I
love
did
her.
not think that I did not see that coming. I think that was hilarious.
Me too.
I think it played out really well. I think they could have like made it more dramatic and made that like a bigger deal because that was really, really funny. And I feel like it was just like really casual, like quick clip in the episode. And I was like, wait, this is actually iconic that they just did that.
Yeah, but switching back to Hannah, like I felt really bad for her, but it did create speculation online, like who is the baby daddy? Because she
Oh,
said she fell in love in Tulum. So I'm like, did she
right.
meet this guy in Tulum, like at the resort?
No, she absolutely killed like the process of letting everyone know and getting attention on the show. I feel like she was doing the best work on social media for getting traction to the show, and she was barely even on it. So
That's,
kudos to her.
do you know how she met her baby daddy, or she didn't tell us yet?
I don't remember. I know it was like from before, like they knew each other from before,
Oh.
and then they got back together right after filming or something. I don't want to speak
Oh,
on
okay, okay.
something
For
along
sure.
the lines of that, but
Oh, because I thought she met him in Tulum because she made a TikTok, like stayed in Tulum, met this guy. Like maybe he flew
all
out
I
to
know
Tulum.
is he came to Tulum after they were done filming.
Got
But
it.
they knew each other before that.
Well, how do you feel about people hitting up their old flings if it doesn't work out on a dating show?
I mean, hey, that's one way to like get them to chase you.
This is true. I mean, sometimes we go back to our exes, and we saw that this season with Rachel and Clayton from Bachelor in Paradise. Now, if you did not watch The Bachelor, he broke up with her during a group breakup in the final three because he wanted to chase Susie, who already was sent home. And I think fans were kind of disappointed to see that she would give him another shot after he already publicly embarrassed her twice. But a lot of people also found it relatable because sometimes we go back to our ex, like it happens. What was your thoughts on their conundrum?
I mean, like it's like I was watching my own life play out, to be honest. Like
Mhm.
it's put in front of you and it's like, why is this situation playing out for me the way it is? Like, is this a sign? Kind of like Clayton talks about his intuition. Like, is this supposed to be? Did he need to match with her to figure that out and kind of like ruin that time? Probably not. But who am I to speak? Because I feel as though this is exactly what they would do to me and how my story would play out.
Oh
So
my God. I pray to God that if you end up on Perfect Match, that your ex is not there. I just don't want to
I
see
just
that.
have a feeling that that's like what would happen if that were the case. But who knows?
There was a few exes this season. I mean, there was also JR and Sandy. And I think that it's fun when there's exes or people who have a past that end up
Mhm.
on a spin-off show because then it's like the story's not done being told yet. So I think it's necessary, but I didn't like the way he kind of handled it with her. I mean, he did help her get in the house. He did send her on a date, but like I don't know. It was a lot. And then on social media, he was kind of saying that there was like an issue with her, that she's not a gym girly. Did you see all of that play
Wait,
out?
who are you talking about? Clayton?
Clayton and Rachel,
Okay,
yeah.
right. I thought you were talking about JR and Sandy, and then I got confused.
Oh no, no, no.
I did see that because I did see people posting like, if you're gonna say there wasn't a reason to work out and then not tell us, like tell us. And then I saw that it was like the gym girly thing.
Mhm.
And it's like, if that's the reason, just say that.
Yeah.
And like, I just don't feel like that's that deep.
Yeah, absolutely. Another couple that we found out broke up was Freddie and Madison. So they did a YouTube show where, like on Netflix, where they're like, "Where are they now?" And basically, they said that they dated for about 2 weeks after the show. Madison booked a flight to Manchester, but promptly canceled it, and Freddie was the one to end it. They had a good relationship, but he did not want to continue. She took it hard, and he said it's important to be open, honest, and transparent, and it just did not work out. What did you think about their breakup and the reasoning behind it?
I feel like there's more to it.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I just for him to saying he ended it, and on the show she was saying she would move there, like there's something missing to the story and I don't know what it is, but
I
they
mean, they wanna be respectful of each other, I feel like, online, especially him, since
absolutely.
it
Which
seems like
says a lot about their character, at least in
Mhm.
that aspect, because Madison hasn't really spoken on it except for speaking highly of Freddie, and then Freddie has only spoken highly of her. So I respect both of them for doing that part of it.
I mean, it just seems like on the show that maybe she was more into him than he was into
Yes.
her,
Yes.
and I don't know if that was, like, the edit because, I did talk to her and she said that there was so much that wasn't shown about him reassuring her, and he did tell all the girls when they tried to hit on him that, he was seeing through things with Madison, but for him to end it so quickly after, like, yes, Freddie is the nicest, sweetest, kindest guy, but, like, maybe he wasn't that into her and he was just on TV.
That's what was hard to tell. Like he just seems so sweet. I don't know that we'll ever have that answer because even if that is true, I don't know that he would say that.
Yeah. But I mean, he did kind of make it clear that he was the one to end it. I mean, she was ready to go to Manchester, and I feel
Yeah,
like
I want to
she's in a good
know
place now.
I want to know whose idea it was to cancel the flight, but
I don't think that they'll tell us more. Maybe Madison will spill tea like eventually because Madison is more likely to do that.
She spilled the tea on Cody, so.
Yes, she did. And we love Madison over here. So go listen to my interview with her if you guys have not seen it. And let's talk about Lucy and Daniel. So they also won the show, which we will get to, but they also broke up. So basically the reason they broke up is because long distance is really hard. She is in England, he is in Canada. She says they wanted different things in a partner. Lucy says she's free-spirited and that's not for him. The time change was hard. The time zones were hard. Lucy is now dating someone and Daniel says he is single. What are your thoughts on their breakup? And, we'll get into the show after.
Once again, there's got to be more to this story. But also I could see them leaving the show and not even ending up together at all, like immediately. So I'm not sure. I don't really have a good insight on either of them. I just think it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like they tried to make it work for a few weeks, but they didn't end up taking the free trip, which they got for winning the show.
Oh, they didn't take it?
No, they never took it. So they really don't like each other if you're not going to take the free trip. Granted, maybe they get paid a decent amount of money. They can afford their own travel. But I would still take the free trip from the show.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But that also kind of says like, because all these people are like, oh, they're just trying to win. They're just trying to win. No one really cares about who wins unless there's like money involved. But a free trip, like,
it's nice.
I mean, it's nice. A free trip's a free trip. But like, at least we know, I guess they weren't just like faking it.
Yeah, they
didn't go on the trip.
That's true. I feel like they just weren't vibing and they can take their own trips. I mean, you have to take it with that person. So it's kind of like, do you think there should be money at the end? Do you think there should be some sort of competition element to make it more enticing?
I was genuinely thinking about this today because I was thinking like if I went on, I wouldn't give a shit to win. Because I was thinking about when the mixer happened and how I don't want to say like the girls stayed with the guys to stay in the house, but like you're clearly going to stay with your guy that you have a connection with, even if he did something wrong for like a day. Because it's like, who else are you going to go pick? You didn't make a connection with someone else. So I'm like, in that aspect, it's like trying to get to my point of thought here, but sorry, I'm like distracted by this.
There needs to be more of an enticing prize.
I would not care to like win a vacation. Like I would have probably like walked out just to have that iconic moment of like, fuck you, you cheated on me. Not cheated, but like you did what you did on the guy's day. I'm out, like bye. Yeah. I wouldn't be like enticed to stay for a free vacation.
Well, you stay for screen time and for the opportunities that could present yourself after the show because Netflix is such a big platform and winning the show and having that title under your belt is something to put on your resume if you are in this space as an influencer, as an entertainment TV personality.
Yes, if you want to look at it that way. But also think about where it would have put like Sandy or Lucy had they just like walked out. Because I feel like that would have been more dramatic, whether they made it to the end or not. Because how many episodes in was that? Like 7? So they would have been on it almost the whole time anyway. I don't know. That's just my thought process. Is I think that would have been more bold and gotten more attention.
For sure. But, well, speaking of Sandy and Louie, they also announced their breakup. Basically what had happened, Sandy said, Louie is Louie, so we can guess what went down after the show. They got out of their perfect match bubble. Dating is hard for Louie. They have kept the friendship going. And Louie says out of all the shows he's done, him and Sandy get along the best. So he's the coolest with her. I feel like she kept it short, obviously, in that Netflix shoot. She's going to reveal more on AD's podcast and the Vile Files. She did say they're friends. Do you think she should be friends with him? Because I feel like some fans maybe were rooting for her to be a little bit more bitter about it.
I think Sandy is just always going to be a class act. I don't think you're going to get like a big reaction out of her. I think she's going to maintain like very level-headed just because that's who she is. And I think she's just going to remain civil with him just because I don't think Louie gives a shit. So.
Well, he's with Huda from Love Island. They're somewhere peaceful in the world. They just posted yesterday that they were on this vacation. So a lot of fans didn't know if this was just PR, if they were just walking on a red carpet together for fun, if they're actually dating. She obviously just got out of the Love Island villa a couple months ago. So you diving right in is crazy, but what do you think about their relationship?
I'm just gonna eye roll.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever it is, if it's real, like it didn't really need to be taken public at the time it was, in regards to Perfect Match airing.
That's fair. I feel like people were definitely hating on them. Like the Love Island season 6 cast was like, they were saying he's not with her for the right reasons. He has been accused of liking the next shiny thing, which could be her. She's a new star. So a lot of people are being very judgmental about their relationship. I don't care. I feel like
I don't
let
care
people
either.
live their life.
Yeah, it's more of just like, I think it sucks for Sandy and for the cast of the show that that storyline was kind of ruined just because he wanted to walk a red carpet.
Yeah, that's fair. It would have been so interesting to speculate, like, who is still together, who is still together
Mhm.
online, because I think that's one of the fun parts about these shows, and I think that's why fans had so much fun speculating about Hannah's baby daddy, but there
Yeah.
really wasn't much room to speculate with these final few couples because the writing was pretty much on the wall.
Yeah, I agree.
So there was one other couple we need to talk about, Rachel and Ray. So they were the last couple to couple up, and Rachel says that they've grown to have a really great friendship, but they never pursued anything romantically. Ray is so happy to be friends with Rachel. He's happy to live life, and they're actually going skydiving soon, and they're great friends. Do you think it would have been nice to see Rachel and Ray try after the show?
I don't know. I feel like I get like chills when I think about it. I just think they're like cute, fun friends. I feel like you could kind of get that energy on the show when they were filming. I don't know if I've ever seen them interact in person because I saw them at, was he at the
Yeah.
Netflix event?
Yeah, he was there. He was fun.
Yeah.
I saw them interact.
Yeah.
They were talking for a while.
Maybe it'll like blossom into a romance, but I think they're cute, good friends. So
I think they still have the banter, and I think they're still flirting.
yeah.
And I think that's probably all it is.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, our last couple, AD and Ollie, they ended up getting pregnant a few months after the show, and he ended up proposing to her as well. And he told Netflix that he was surprising her with a Perfect Match season 3 promo, that's what he was telling her, and then popped down on one knee. And now they're also having a girl, they announced, and they'll be expecting in the next few months. So what do you think?
I think that's so cute. I think it's crazy how many comments on the show there are of them saying like, "Oh, our future kids," or like, "I'm gonna marry her," like, "I'm gonna put a baby in you." It's
Mhm.
just crazy foreshadowing.
Yeah. The one problem fans have is the Justine of it all. She came in, he matched with her, he kind of lied to her, and she had to tell AD. And then even at the finale, she was like, AD, you deserve the best. I don't trust him. And that's how we left things off. And I feel like Justine, she is a very credible person. She's very well respected from Love Island. So I think some fans were a little nervous about Ollie's red flags, but now they've really advanced in their relationship to so many next steps that we almost just have to put that aside and
Yeah.
not really give it light.
Yeah, I feel as though Justine handled that like an absolute queen. Like she was so respectful of the whole situation and like from what she knew and from what she could do. And sitting down AD and having that conversation, at least from what we saw, like seemed like the best way to handle it. In terms of like Ollie and AD, I mean, shit happens. That was a TV show. They had just met, they had just started dating on the show. Like we can look past that one for now. So
They
let's
had
just hope
such
he treats her like a queen going forward, and it seems like he does. So
they had such an organic relationship. You could see it from the first episode. Their connection was instantaneous. So I am not surprised that they're still together and still happy. And I also think they should have won the show. They
yeah,
should have won the competition. Let's talk about the finale. It came down to two couples, Lucy and Daniel, and AD and Ollie. How did you first feel about this twist with one last challenge, eliminating people from being in the finals?
I honestly feel like they need to change up how they do the finale, or there needs to be, I don't know. I don't think it was like, do you want me, can you hear that?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's super loud ambulance. I just feel as though it was very anticlimactic. It was, I don't know. I just feel as though it could have been done differently and there could have been a lot more anticipation.
It was frustrating because I feel like we watched Freddie and Madison all season, and I would have just liked to see them and Sandy and Louie. I would have liked to see how many votes they got.
Yeah.
were fans, were the other people going to actually vote for them? And someone also said maybe the fans should vote at home for their winning couple, and then maybe no one can find out until after. I think that would be more interactive.
Right, but that would have to be, I mean, yeah, then you're voting like a year later though. So
But who cares, right?
yeah, that's true. I think something needs to change in how the whole perfect match setup is going down, but
Yeah, in the past, they
not my
had
job,
like
so.
5 couples who were like in the finale where people who were eliminated from the house could vote for. So it was just different to see only 2 couples. And I
Yeah.
also was like, wait, I thought it was a shoo-in that AD and Ollie are going to win. I was really shocked that Lucy and Daniel won, and I don't think they deserved to
Especially
win.
because that was still a vote. Like people still had to pick between the two. I'm interested to see why or hear. I don't know if we'll ever hear why everyone picked. Maybe it was like one vote off. I don't know. But I'm surprised AD and Ollie didn't win regardless.
Same. Do you think there's any chance it was rigged?
You never know. You never know with
That's what
these.
I'm saying. You really never know because it just didn't make sense to me. I feel like people weren't supportive of Lucy and Daniel. People weren't like obsessed with them in the house. A lot of people said multiple times that they did not like the way that he talked to her. And I think a lot of people really supported AD and Ollie's relationship. So it must have come down to one vote. I really don't think that they could rig it and get away with it. There's all the contestants are going to talk to each other and ask who voted for who.
Right. That's true. That's true. I feel
So
like
they
they
would have
should have
found out.
cleared people voting for their certain couple and why.
Now, is there anyone else on this cast that you thought was funny that we haven't talked about? Someone who went home early. I mean, what did you think about? Let's see who we have
I
on here.
think
Cody.
Juliette is hilarious. That girl was made for reality TV. I
Who?
think Juliette.
Yes.
She's hilarious. I'm trying to look at the picture. Who
What
else?
about we had Carrington, who was sweet. Scotty.
Scotty and Carrington. I think that whole like dynamic with Juliette was funny. I honestly like don't remember too much about Scotty or Carrington. They're both
Well,
cute. But
Scotty kind of like was messy at the end. Him and Juliette had that chaotic
yeah,
energy, and he was
yeah.
butthurt.
Oh, for sure. But it was funny. It was a good like twist to the show.
The best thing was when Juliette said, "Rachel stole my man. I am ready to steal hers."
Yeah. Or like I'm gonna have a sad montage, aren't I?
Yeah. But who were the girls that were on your season of Temptation Island? It was just Alex or Olivia?
Yeah, both Alex and Olivia were on mine, but I had no interaction with them. Like they
So
were
you didn't have you ever met them in real life?
like on the show they came out. Was Olivia a mean? I don't remember, but
Yeah.
I know Alex was. I think Olivia was part of the original single girl cast on my show. They come out, introduce themselves, and then we're split up. So like I've never talked to them outside of that. Obviously Alex did her big one on my season.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about Olivia, but I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I mean, the Temptation Island made it on. They represented Perfect Match.
He sure did. I don't know how people feel about Cody, but he did it too.
Madison just did not have nice things to say about Cody.
No. And I didn't. He was paired up with someone else from my house, so I really didn't interact with him much at all. I don't even know how many conversations I would have had with him, so I couldn't even defend or not defend any of that.
Is there any like burning questions you have for the cast that you hope someone answers this week on a podcast? I think for me, I want to know more about the voting with Lucy and Daniel, how they actually won and like who voted for them. And then I feel like I also want to hear more of Sandy's perspective of just the Louie breakup and the behind the scenes of that. Those are probably the 2 questions I have.
I want to hear about what happened like immediately when filming ended. Like I assume a bunch of them stayed in Tulum for a few days, and I just want to know like how that all played out.
Who do you think was like the MVP of the show? I think it was AD or Sandy.
I feel like it's Sandy. I want it to be AD and Ollie, but I think because we already knew like how their storyline was going to play out, kind of, I wasn't as focused on it. So I was like, but also I'm just like Team Sandy. So
no, we love Sandy for sure. Well, we hung out with Sandy and we've hung out recently. We hung out at the Netflix summer break event, which is at the pier. So I'm sure you guys have all heard about it, but basically like everyone from the Netflix world went to the Santa Monica pier. They rented a section off. They had these awards for the superlatives, and Mark, the host of your show, ended up winning. What did he win? Best host?
Host with the was it host with the most? I think it
Hostess
was
with the mostest.
anyways, best host.
Yeah, and there was a lot of wins from Love on the Spectrum,
Mhm.
and AD and Ollie won like most shocking moment, and then our girl Madison won Chaos Creator.
Yes.
So love that
I
for her.
didn't watch her Love is Blind. I have not watched a lot of those people's seasons, so I need to go and see why she was Chaos Creator.
She was way more chaotic on Love is Blind than
That's what
Perfect
I
Match.
heard. That's what I heard.
That's what the comments are saying. Because I didn't watch that season either, and I've seen every other season of Love is Blind except the last one.
Yeah, I just started watching Love is Blind UK season 2.
Oh, is that the one Freddie's on?
No, I think he's got to be season 1. So
Mm.
I'll have to go watch him.
The new Love is Blind comes out in October, and it is going to be in Denver. And I feel like I'm going to lock in for that one.
I thought they did Miami. When is that one gonna air? Or are they doing that? Did I make that up?
Yeah, they're doing Miami. I think they're casting for Miami right now.
Damn it. I was hoping there'd be Miami people on the next season of Perfect Match.
Oh, I know, because you live in Fort Lauderdale and maybe you'll be there. That would be cool. Well, they're definitely casting for Perfect Match right now. So we'll see who is on it. I don't even think it will get leaked. Maybe you'll find out from some of your friends, but I don't think the Perfect Match cast ever gets leaked.
I don't know. I have no clue how that's gonna play out. I would love to go on like a strategy game, but they canceled Battle Camp, they canceled Mole, The Trust. Like I want to go on one of those. I don't need to go on a dating show, but hey.
That's fair. And maybe they'll do another game show if they canceled some of these, because they're building this Netflix reality world, and hopefully they have another show coming up because there's so much good talent.
Yeah. Yes.
So
let's manifest another show for me, but
yeah, we're manifesting a show for you, and we're manifesting hosting one for me. So we can both be out there in Panama.
You can be like how Wells is on Bachelor in Paradise. Like, come be the bartender on Perfect Match.
No, I would love that. Speaking of Bachelor in Paradise, are you watching this season?
Okay, so I haven't watched any of the Bachelor Bachelorettes in a while, but I did randomly start watching Bachelor in Paradise. I just don't know who any of these people are. So then I'm watching it and I'm trying to like put it together, but I haven't. Only person I know is like Dale. I feel like that's one of the last seasons I watched.
Yes, Dale is definitely one of the most like popular because he got engaged to Claire, so he got a lot of press. But a lot of the other people are from the last couple years where the seasons weren't as popular. But there is some big drama going on right now, so it's actually getting good because Bailey, she is dating Jeremy on the show, and Jeremy made some comments about wanting to call Susie if it didn't work out with Bailey.
I watched maybe a few episodes after he called Susie, but that whole thing is like weird. Like, how did no one tell her for that long?
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you. So Brian, who is, I guess, Jeremy's roommate, but he was the one that heard some of these comments. He finally got the courage to tell Bailey about it. And a lot of people were outraged in the villa about him breaking bro code, getting involved in someone else's relationship. But all the fans online were backing Brian, saying, how could no one tell Bailey for so long? How has she forgave Jeremy so quickly? Do you have any thoughts on this? Do you think the girls, they got to tell the girls?
I mean, she for sure needed to know. Definitely needed to know, but there's probably more to it that everyone on the show is freaking out about why they told or like when they told.
There's definitely more to it than that. So we'll see it play out. But they also have a new format on Bachelor in Paradise where now that they're competing for $500,000.
Yeah, someone put me on there.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm interested. Because when did they finish filming? So there's already a winner, right? Like
they filmed it in June.
Okay, so
they do it quick.
We need to turn these Netflix shows around that quick.
Yes.
Like, who do we need to talk to?
Yeah, so they basically are now only competing in couples. So no new arrivals come in, and then a couple will be voted out each week or like chosen to go home by like the winning couple of an immunity challenge.
Are there golden couples still in it?
There's one golden couple left, but all the youngins kind of agreed that they're going to get rid of the goldens first.
Oh, okay.
So they're outnumbered.
Damn.
But like, I think the goldens are okay with it too.
Or do you know who wins?
I don't know who wins the show, but I know who got engaged and who's still together.
Oh, did multiple people get engaged?
Only one couple got engaged.
And you don't know if they won? How do you win?
I don't know exactly how the rules will be. This is the first time they're competing, but I think you have to win the final challenge and be the most in love.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to know who wins. That's like the one suspense I have left on the show. So I'm excited to like not know until the finale. And there's 3 more episodes of that left. So I've been watching that. And another show just came out last night. Let me know if you're going to watch it. It's called Are You My First? It's about virgins dating on Hulu, hosted by Caitlin Bristow and Colton Underwood. Are you going to tune in for that?
Do you know who Mitchell Eason is?
Yes. Why wasn't he on there?
Netflix's Virgin. I texted him. I said, I swear, if I see you on this. And he's like, they asked me to do it, but I didn't. I was like, okay. I think if they would have had him, I would have watched it. I don't know if I'll watch it. Maybe. It's on Netflix?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu. Okay.
And it came out last night. I watched the first episode last night and I was just like, wait, I need like a second before I dive in because I'm still like, getting all my perfect match tea. But all 10 episodes are out, so it should be a quick binge. I'll probably finish it this week.
I'm super excited for the one that Nick and Natalie will have coming out.
Age Gaps.
What is it called? Age.
I don't know if they picked the name yet, but it will be Age Gaps from 22 to 59, and they just filmed it in Vancouver. It won't come out till 2026.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Maybe if I'm bored, I'll watch the Are You My First one, but we'll see.
Is there any other shows you're watching right now, or are you just trying to enjoy the rest of your summer?
Oh no, I have been watching TV. I said Love Island UK. I started watching that. I just finished Perfect Match. And that's it for like reality TV. I just watched We Were Liars, and that show's got me fucked up. But
well, we do have the Love Island reunion, which will be next week, August 25th.
I thought it was is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous.
I cannot wait to see what will go down at the Love Island reunion. And I wonder what Huda will say about everything.
There's so much also Louie. Of like whether she was there or not. And then it was like confirmed she was. But yes, very interested to see that.
It'll be juicy. And
I feel also like they've been like low key. They've been like under the radar kind of since.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Dancing with the Stars cast is going to be announced soon. Do you care about that?
I do. I don't. Some of the producers from my show do Dancing with the Stars. I'm hoping they're doing this season, but I feel like that's made me more excited. Just because I'm like, I want to support them, and that's so cute. I think it's gonna be super cool to see Alex Earl on there.
Me too.
And who else did they announce?
They announced 2 of the Mormon wives, Whitney and Jen Affleck.
Okay. Yes.
And then they announced Robert Irwin.
Yes. Okay. How many are there? 10?
They usually do like 13.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the cast.
There's also going to be some drama because Gleb, who was one of the former dancers on the show, he may not be coming back.
Yes.
And that's sad.
Yeah, I saw there's like drama with his ex.
Brooks. So she has a new reality show coming out this week or next week. It's called Love Thy Nader. It follows her and her sisters. But she's going to talk about her breakup with Gleb on the show. And she says that she has proof that Gleb cheated. But Gleb says that she's lying to get like attention for her new show.
Oh, damn.
So that'll be interesting to find out, like,
the tea.
There could be somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes, but excited. I'll be like paying attention to see if he stays as a dancer and who else will be on it. When does that start?
It starts in September.
Okay.
But they'll announce the cast hopefully in the next week or two. So that was always exciting because it's such random people they pick.
I wonder if there will be anyone from any of our shows.
I mean, from Netflix, they had Harry Jowsey on.
Right.
I don't know who else from Netflix they would cast, but they do have a lot of reality stars already. It feels like the 2 Mormons.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like they need like football players, basketball players. They always have an actor.
Yes.
It should be interesting.
I could never do it. I can't dance for shit. I couldn't. That would just be like a terrible experience for me.
I couldn't do it either. But one show I can do is The Traitors. And The Traitors is now casting for a civilian version.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
And I'm going to apply this week.
Apply, please. I will die to see you on that. I want to go on Traitors so bad. That's like the #1 show I think I would love to be on. I think it would be so fun to see you on there. You have a great personality for that. That would be iconic.
The thing is, though, I would only want to be a traitor because I feel like a faithful, you have no fate in your game. You can be eliminated at any time for any stupid reason. And that is like the one flaw in the system is how the traitors get rid of someone.
Yeah, well, you got to like worm your way in with.
But how do you know who's a traitor?
I don't know.
The outfits, like you would have to spend at least, you need like money for outfits. Like you cannot miss one day. They set the bar so high.
I know. But like, okay, a civilian one I feel like wouldn't be.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Like, you'd
Because
be fine. You'd be
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Because like Gabby Wendy looked so good last season, every single episode.
Yes. She's hilarious. They did phenomenal with their casting last season. Like everyone's personalities just made the whole show.
Absolutely. Well, other shows I'm watching, which we don't need to talk about, but are Real Housewives of Orange County and Miami. And that's all I watch right now because there's nothing else on Bravo. The
Maybe
Valley just ended.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't keep up with all these. The Real Housewives of Miami, I don't know who's on that anymore, but the husband did my boob job.
Oh, which husband?
Hoxton.
Lenny?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, he's a mess.
I know, but he's great at what he does, okay?
He gave you good boobs?
Yeah, he did.
Wait, that's fun. Okay. Well, I feel bad for Lisa because she really loved him.
I don't know the story behind it. I know he's
Yeah, he's a mess. He
sucks,
just
but
doesn't stay single.
yeah.
I mean, he stays single.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
cheats. He
Yeah.
cheats. Well, before I let you go, tell us what's going on. Tell us where we could follow you. You're starting a YouTube channel. You've been making content on TikTok about student loans and reality content. So give us an update.
Yes. So you can, all my socials are under _ ASHH more. I just made a YouTube channel. I think that's Ash-More. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet, but I'm going to try to do a blog style, new things. I have some trips coming up that I will share more about later. Nothing crazy, just trying to figure out like what I want to do with my life as a brand, as a business, and trying to develop something with that based on my like accounting degree and like yoga and fitness and doing stuff with that.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see you again. We did just hang out in Miami 2 weeks ago. So I can't wait to come back already. Like I'm so excited to come back.
When are you coming back?
Probably not till like Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like you'll be back in LA the fall. You'll have to.
I can't stay away from LA, so
never.
Point.
Yes. Well, thank you all for watching and listening. Rate, review, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.